Sup? Sup? Dog is live. Hello. Chill ass coding.
Hey, Doug, did you know that one Soulja Boy song Cranklet was actually referring to all of Twitch chat's hogs?
It's fake news. Hello. What's up? Yes, codding today. Lots of coddling. Okay, cool. Anyway, hello. What's up? You're looking human today. Thank you. Chat is surprisingly slow. They're just bummed and disappointed by my
Doug,
bubble art performance.
You need to open the box.
Thank you. I do need to open the box. Okay, once it's been, I don't know, 10 minutes of stream, we'll open the box. We need our Welshman to stay. Well, that's what I was going to suggest, is that we don't have the Welshman. We could decide to kill the Welshman. Oh, here, now there's more people. Hello! I was going to say, chat did seem really slow. Now it feels less slow. Can you banish the mods? No. In fact, the new text-to-speech program will personally chain you to your desk and force you to mod 24 hours a day. Not even for my channel, for all the channels on Twitch. And in payment, you will get 1 bean a day. The bean will be inserted
Hello,
as a
Dork.
suppository.
I emailed you about some programs I wrote you'd think are cool. Also,
cool.
You're bored. Also, you're old. Also, hi chat.
Thank you. I will definitely read them. I can't promise I will reply to the emails because I am like 5,000 emails behind at this point. But I definitely will read it and check it out. Anyway, yo, so today's gonna be very chill. I just want to kind of talk about streaming and text-to-speech and all that good stuff. Maybe there'll be some coding. I don't know.
Please don't kill the Welshman. It's all the recognition we have. Tom Jones is getting old.
I mean, technically, I could have an option that you could keep the Welshman. I mean, that's the thing. We're going to talk about
Used your
what the
code
new
for a
text-to-speech
stream
program would
video
do.
of my own recently.
Oh, nice.
Thank you so much for uploading it.
You're welcome.
I didn't always will make sure to credit you for it.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hey
That's
Doug,
cool.
I just sent you 5,000 emails. Hope you can reply soon.
So you're the one
Thanks.
who's been sending me all the emails. It's crazy that you have like 5,000 different email addresses too. Good new chat message, which is blonde? Question mark. Doug getting frustrated at TTS and designing his own is the most Doug thing ever. Well, okay, that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit today. Look, I know, like, I'm a man, right? And men don't have feelings, okay? But don't tell anybody about this, but I actually do have feelings, and I've been feeling things about
bring back
streams
YouTube.
recently.
We promise not to make fun of your bald spot like Twitch chat.
No, I'm not going to do that. I am going to talk about I just want to kind of talk about how I've been feeling about streaming recently, because I have been feeling a little off about it. But it's not just streaming. It's just like, in general, I feel like I'm a little directionless with things in life. And so, not really in life, just in work. And
Hi, Doug.
so I want to just
First
chat about
time
that.
in a while you were streaming during my week shift.
Hello.
D, now the real question is, what bit will the hive mind decide is theirs today?
I don't know. Today's more just like actual talking
Doug,
about
love your
serious
streams,
things.
and you
So,
always
will
make
there
me
be
and
a
my
bit?
wife
Who
laugh.
knows?
By the way, what's happening?
Talking. I don't know. I've just been thinking about this stuff, and I figured I'd do a stream where I just talk about it, as opposed to
Hello, Doug.
not
It's
talking
time
about
to
it.
do new TTS. Let's hope it's not cursed.
All right, so things on the agenda. I'm going to talk about just generally my schedule and streaming. There's nothing like super bad. I just want to like
Built a
chat about it.
TTS service for a client before. A Redis cache is a must-have lifesaver.
Why do I need a Redis cache though? It's because you're look. I use streamer bot. So there's already a program which can read text-to-speech and store them in a list. So this has been really, really helpful. And then my code just processes the text in some way. So I don't think I would need that. No, I am not retiring.
I will still watch you as long as you be funny.
Okay, thank you. I'm not retiring or anything. I just figured I'd talk about how I've been feeling about streaming stuff. Part of it is the explanation about why I'm not streaming on YouTube. Where the fart is... I shifted everything around the past couple streams, visually, so I'm trying to... Streamlabs sub alert. Streamlabs alert box. I feel like this is like 700. Okay.
I've been going through a rough time recently and the streams have really made me forget about my troubles and make me laugh, and I wanted to let my favorite streamer know about that. Could you pass on this message to Point Crow for me?
Yes.
Thanks, Doug.
Are the alerts not?
Hey, Doug.
I feel like the sub alerts are not
on the retirement.
On the page. I am not retiring. I am talking about the drama for sure. Also, hold on. Even if you don't care about talking about whatever today, right? Just so you guys know, I will be opening a box. In 3.5 minutes. But until
I'll be
then,
honest, the Skyrim stream a few weeks ago probably didn't help.
No, it's fine. I just want to, you know, I am a human being. I figure I will just talk about how I've been thinking about content and my schedule and stuff recently. Oh yeah, Barry is here. It is a box. It is a box from Barry Bebop! And we'll open the box. Oh, that's the wrong effect. Then we'll open the box in 3 minutes. What's in the box? Wait, can I play that on stream? Will I get DMCA'd by Brad Pitt?
Put the gun down. I saw you with the box. What was in the box?
Because I envy your normal life.
Put the gun down, David.
It seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box? Give me the gun.
All right, so we will be opening
Doug,
the box
my first
very
time out was the
shortly.
Paul Blast stream because I laughed at you failing to set up Twitch. How could you do this to me?
That is funny. Yeah, we might get the VOD muted. That's all right. That was necessary for the opening the box. What's in the fucking box? I want to rewatch that movie. That's a good movie. I don't really like horror movies, but I enjoyed that movie. All right, I'm gonna turn off text speech.
I've mentioned
in a few
before,
minutes,
but my parrot's name is Doug. No, not because of you. He's 13. When my
older than
husband
13.
and I tune in while making dinner, anytime someone says Doug on stream, he reacts. He is the main character now.
Okay, that's fair. Doug the parrot is now the main character, and then I'm second and Twitch chat is third. Deal. Okay, how long until the box? Why are the sub alerts not showing up? Like, why do things just not work? Nobody wants to work anymore. Stream Elements doesn't want to work anymore. This damn lazy millennial Stream Elements. Streaming tools, overlays, sub alert. Is this not on? I'm confused. Emulate. Here, hold on. I'll show you what I'm looking at. This should be subs. Subscriber event. What? Did it just like turn off?
Doug, this is your hair. We're retiring and heading to Pox's head.
Subscriber. It's just not showing up. Okay, the sub alerts are just not showing up today, so that's cool. Okay, we've got only a minute up until the box.
Should we be afraid of the box, or should we embrace it?
Stream Elements, refresh
Oh,
cache.
it's from Barry? Oh God. I wish you luck.
Subscriber gifted sub. Okay, so just nothing showing up now. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you, Stream Elements. Okay, well, there are no subs alerts today. I'm not sure. The box is more afraid of us than we are of it. That's true. Matt Pat is taking over your channel, right? Yeah, no, that's what we're discussing today. Okay, well. Ladies and gentlemen, I received a box from Rotcast. This is from Barry Bebop.
Can we have a box prediction?
Yeah, I guess. Mods, do you want to do a box? I guess I'll do a box prediction.
Doug going to end up getting attacked by the box. It's alive. We should fear it.
What's in the fucking box? Anything else?
What's in the box? Your virginity. You can have it back.
Am I getting my V card returned? Okay.
Please tell me the box has a Pizza Hut and Starry drink holder for your controller. But seriously, yeah, and a few of the mods have talked recently about some ideas. I think it'll be fine as long as you don't ever consider us other than.
Hey, Doug,
I am doing
before you ask, no, I don't like peanuts. Anyway,
it's
have you
time
ever played Hades?
to open the box.
Hades nuts got him. 07 chat, it's been an honor.
I don't know what's in it.
Doug,
This is from Barry
help.
Bebop.
My girlfriend is about to come over, but we're a couple of Christian virgin babies, and I don't want her to notice my 30-inch fully erect flesh glue.
Okay.
What do I do?
Oh, god damn it, it is. Dire Doug, like I promised, contained here are the 2 Peppa Pigs I earned on the company's dime. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I don't want these. I know you and... I remember it was like 2 weeks ago. I know you and Chad have heard many of
Doug,
my
can you
tales
add a badge to your
about
merch line that says I blotted? Thanks in advance.
Barry? I know you and Chad have heard many of my tales about how long it took for me to secure these prized possessions, so I shan't regale them to you again. But no, I present these to you full of love and business. I feel like, in a way, these 2 Peppa... Oh, there's a second one.
Doug, have you ever tried flavored olive oil? Breakfast flavored olive oil, lunch flavored olive oil, second lunch flavored olive oil, dinner flavored olive oil, dessert flavored olive oil / the possibilities are endless.
I feel like, in
All
a
this
way,
hype for what is just glorified bacon.
these 2 Peppa Pigs represent the business journey that you brought me along nearly 9 years ago. It's...
Can we get
so
coding
I gave
predictions
them,
too?
I gave them suits.
Also, those Peppa Pigs have heads.
They didn't come with the suit. Okay. So they could be like us, business
Peppa
brothers. Contained within this box is a document explaining the business revenue that can be achieved by you keeping these Peppa Pigs and never getting rid of them forever and ever and ever. Also, here's this keychain thing they gave me for free, and then he crossed that out and wrote, I forgot this. In business, Barry. Oh, and here's the business chart. Let me flip the camera. The Doug business chart, Q1 of 2024. On the bottom, it's amount of Peppa Pigs.
New co-host.
1 or 2. And at the left side, it's amount of business being done so much. So thanks to Barry, my business partner, we have done business. Did you custom get these suits for babies? Is this why it cost $100? The suits cost $90.
Peppa Pig escaped from Wayne Radioactive's Living Gnome streams.
Okay, so I really don't want these. Can I?
Do you think it's a coincidence that as a coding streamer, your name rhymes with book? There are no coincidences.
There's no way to include this on stream. They're huge. Donate it to an orphanage. What if I donate it to a bacon orphanage for for meat? We need them. This is the worst day of my life. I will leave them. They will live in my home up until I find something that tops the humor of this, which is pretty high. I'll have to find something pretty funny to get rid of these. I don't want these. Send them to New Zealand. Okay, yeah. I am working on a plan to try to get somebody to New Zealand. That is still in the cards. It's just taking a little bit of time to figure out. So maybe we send them to New Zealand. I will set my house on fire. Is that relevant to this or just in general? Do you want the pants
you
for the
donated
suits?
the ball pit balls to?
Well, the orphanage that I'm donating the ball pit balls to is Barry's home. So this means I could give the Peppa Pigs back to Barry.
You
can
better
mail
not
the
tell me
suits.
Peppa Pig isn't a human head.
You can... Okay, that is kind of true. I don't think it's enough. I don't think there's room
Raffle
for the...
them off in the next
pants.
closest stream.
Like, I don't think we've got pants space here. Seeing as the body of this pig is just like a single thorax and there's no, like, bottom half at all. The anatomy does not make any sense.
Waterboard them with beer like you did Point Crow.
But then I still have them, and then they're just covered in beer. That doesn't really solve the problem. I don't want this in my home. To be clear, these will stay in my home. I also want to just clarify, these are here because I paid Barry.
But consider how funny it would be to count
go
it as a
to an
head and
arcade.
play out the prediction. That would be funny, Doug.
Oh, that would be so funny. I would.
Well, this was the
screw over
strangest
people
box
so
I've seen in a
hard.
while, and I was sent items of an adult nature from Wish when I ordered a shelf.
If it was a human, I would do it. Peppa Pig has the word
Peppa
pig in
and
the
Chess
name.
stream when?
Maybe that'll be one of the subathon goals. I am gonna do a subathon this year. I'm gonna be...
Sell Peppa Pig in order to buy a Bluey plush.
What is Bluey?
I think there's something more in the box. You should stick your human head in it to check.
That's cheating. What is Bluey? Why are you guys freaking out about what is Bluey? What is Bluey? This dog? This is a show?
Dear Doug, are
You
you
guys
okay?
do know I'm not 7, right? Or is this for adults? How do you not know Bluey? I'm 33
New
years
stream
old.
idea for today, Doug watches Bluey.
This premiered in 2018. This is a children's show. That's 5 years ago. I was 28 years old when this came out, and you're shocked I haven't seen it. It's for everybody. It's an animated preschool television series, which premiered on ABC Kids, and you're shocked that I'm not
Can you
familiar
put your
with
head
Bluey.
in the box? No particular reason.
Unironically good. You know, Doug, beer solves everything. Thanks, T. I learned about it from you. Oh, that's true. That's true. Matt Pat watched it, and he is old too. First off, I'm not old. Secondly, I don't care what Matt Pat watches FNAF. I don't. That's not I think the normal standard for what somebody in their 30s does. Nothing against him, but I don't think Matt Pat's way that he spends his time is particularly emblematic of what an average 33-year-old person
Dog, you're a
does.
Twitch streamer. You're basically a big child when you think about it. You did an arcade stream a week ago.
Failboat and I did go to the arcade, and we won the prizes. Spoiler alert, they didn't have the Dragon Ball Z waffle machine, so I got the gumball machine instead, and the horse head feeder, which I guess is a spoiler. Sorry, spoiler alert. Should have said that. Music. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna
Hey Douglas,
talk about stuff.
should my pawn in Dragon's Dogma 2 be a magical Eggman or a ridiculously swole Miku?
Ridiculously swole Miku. That's a silly question. All right, I'm gonna turn off text-to-speech right now. Text-to-speech is currently off. I wonder why the
Bluey
delay.
is a popular children's show that a lot of adults also watch because it's really well written.
Interesting. I do not
My
watch it.
wife and I smoke weed and watches Bluey. It's shockingly chill.
Noted. Shockingly chill. I usually, that's not like what I'm looking for, particularly when I smoke. Not that I smoke weed, that's illegal and I'm a Christian virgin, but like when I got high a few days ago, I wanted to play Mario Maker. I didn't want to watch a children's show. And I'm not trying to talk shit about you guys. I'm just saying that it's just not what piques my brain, you know? Okay, text speech is off. I will turn it back on a little bit later. All right. I want to just talk about some stream stuff, about just how I've been feeling about streaming recently. In part, this is because I am not streaming on YouTube anymore, so I just want to give some context around that and talk about it with a little more, information and background than just briefly mentioning it. Let me see. What did I write? I wrote some things. This is not some serious discussion, really. It's just I figure I just may as well talk about what's on my mind with streaming stuff. Okay, so let us begin. Put on your business pants. All right, we're having a serious talk. No memes. Okay, no. Get out your memes right now. Okay, you have 2 seconds. I'll give you 10 seconds to get your memes out. Ready, set, go. Okay, no more memes. No more memes. It's all business now. Put on your business pants. I'll crank my business. Okay, that was kind of funny. I still don't want hog cranking to become a joke. I feel like that's very dangerous, but that was actually funny. Okay, let's discuss business. So I just generally figure I'll just talk about how I'm feeling about streaming and stuff. As I mentioned last week, I feel that over the past 2 months or so, 2.5 months that I've been streaming on YouTube, the vibe of the Twitch community has gotten a little too chaotic for me. Just to expand on this is not me saying that the YouTube chat was problematic. I ignored the YouTube chat. The stream can get pretty crazy sometimes. Because I mentioned this very briefly. I don't care if YouTube chat is poor quality because I wasn't reading it. But the past 2 months, I basically have been streaming on both. And my sense, and this is just my intuition about what is happening, is that streaming on YouTube brought a lot of people who are only YouTube viewers over to Twitch streaming. And like my viewership went up by like 3,000 on average, I feel like. And a lot of those people had a different idea of what the Twitch culture was. And I think a lot of it has felt like the community, many, at least a vocal minority of people in the community, have treated the Twitch as though the goal is to be as loud as possible and to spam as many of our old jokes as possible, rather than to come up with new things or say things that are relevant to what's going on in the stream. This has always been an issue. Every 6 months when my viewership goes up, I've brought this up and I said, hey guys, like it's feeling it's a little overly chaotic or whatnot. But I feel like that is particularly ramped up the past 2-ish months. And it feels like people are just really trying to like have the funny message that everybody else laughs at rather than contributing anything to making like a new interesting idea. And to just be brutally honest here, I have no interest in that at all as a streamer. I would much rather stop streaming than stream to an audience of what feels like 12-year-olds screaming and trying to be as loud as possible. It's not to say that that's wrong. It's not to say that like that type of culture is wrong. It's just not what I'm interested in. I like bringing a weird idea to the table and then feeling like it's a bunch of friends bouncing ideas off of each other and making it weird and interesting. If my job was to show up and have everybody scream a bunch of memes over and over and over, like I have no interest in that at all. Like super not interested in that. And part of it is I think I need to do what I'm currently doing and just communicate this more. But it feels like things really shifted the past like 2 months or so. And that makes sense because that's what YouTube culture is, right? Like YouTube comments and whatnot are largely just about repeating the same jokes over and over and over. So it's not like shocking, but I think there's some degree of that. The other factor is there's just a shitload more people. And at some point, like how many people are here right now? We're 5,000, right? That's like lower, but it's consistently been at like 10,000 people. That is a shitload, right? That is so many people in a stream. And I personally don't know of anybody who has 10,000 viewers who's still able to maintain any degree of like actual good conversation with their viewers. That's not totally fair. Like Pirate Software, for example, actually does a great job at that. But I think for streams that are trying to do kind of weird, crazy, high energy stuff, I think most streamers end up just ignoring their chat. And I don't want to do that. That sucks. But if the energy is just like really crazy high, I'd rather like tone it down a little bit and feel like I can still have a conversation. Communicating with your community sounds like you've read a book on this. I've learned it all from you, Dad. So can we still do Minesweeper? Maybe. We might do Minesweeper week. So here's the thing. I want to try not streaming on YouTube as one thing. And then I want to try changing text-to-speech and some other things in order to kind of reground our culture a little bit and try to discuss an interesting idea that's going on and not just have it be full-on absolute chaos, right? I think that's pretty doable for the community and culture, to be honest. And to be clear, I like if what I need to feel like I can have more conversation with chat is to have fewer viewers, that's fine with me. I do not need 10,000 viewers. I don't really care. I would rather have fewer viewers on stream and have it feel more like an actual high quality conversation, you know. But also, I think it's also definitely largely on me, right, to communicate what I'm doing right now and just be like, hey, this is the type of thing I'm more interested in. For right now, though, I'm going to try not streaming on YouTube as I try to like pare things down a little bit in terms of chaos. Or at least, like, it's more directed, relevant chaos. You know I like chaos, but I feel like it needs to be relevant. So, I will say, this is a bummer, though, right? Because YouTube is really good as a video player. Like, it's super good, right? As we're going to talk about, I also think changing text-to-speech will be good. So, I have ideas for that, which I want to chat about with y'all. But, the YouTube player is fantastic. I love watching on YouTube, and you can rewind, and the quality's higher and less ads generally. It's great. But... so it sucks to not have that as an option for people. The intention here is not to like deprive people of watching on YouTube. But at least for now, like, let's say for the next like 2 weeks, I'm going to try without streaming on YouTube, and then I'll see how things feel. And then maybe, you know, we reconvene and start streaming on YouTube again. It's just the live chats that are trash. Yeah, I just don't know. Look, I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, like, I just need to be excited for streaming, you know, and it's full of children. I mean, statistically, it's not. Most of my YouTube audience is age 20 to 35. Like, the vast majority, like 80 or 90% or something. There's not that many children, but either the children are a vocal minority, which is possible, or it's more just a cultural thing, where I think on YouTube it's a little more repetitive and, like, repeating old jokes. But I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, some people lie about their age, yes, but I don't know why people would, if they were, I guess if you were 15, maybe you lie and say you're 20. I'm not sure. But even also anecdotally, like the people I meet, like at TwitchCon or whatever else, seems like college-aged men is like 70% of the audience, and then the other 30% varies in all sorts of other ways. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously possible the audience skews younger, but at least comparing my viewers to with other people, I think it generally skews a little bit older. Yes, you're my father figure. Perfect. No, I mean, there's a good mix of people here. I think the community is more diverse than it maybe appears. My survey confirms that age range. Oh, I didn't know you did one, Luca. Anyway, so I guess there seems to be evidence that is the case. Does this mean we officially assassinated YouTube chat? Yeah, no, I agree. I think, look, I mean, let's be clear. I love interacting with the community and making dumb jokes with you guys and text-to-speech. Like, I love this, right? That's like my favorite part about streaming. That's what makes it fun. I just want to make sure that I feel like it's gone past a balance point, and I'm trying to rein it in and figure out how to do that. And also, I don't know, just talking about things sounded kind of nice right now, as opposed to doing another, like, crazy idea. Are you a male that is between 20 and 35? There you go. So anyway, that's the context on YouTube streaming. I'm not saying that it's done forever. I'm just going to turn it off right now, mixed with some other ideas to see if that helps reground the culture a little bit. In general, I just want to talk about my streaming. I think this has been going on for the past 2 months, but I also, is a sort of somewhat different topic. I feel like I've just had a really limited amount of time recently, and I've been kind of struggling with that. Like, I have just found that in my schedule, my daily life, I seem to have very, very, very few free hours in a day. And so I've had, like, no time to research new ideas or play new games and whatnot. And at some point, that starts to catch up with me because it's like, yes, I love Skyrim. I would love to mix in other games. You kind of sound burnt out. Yeah. I think this year, like, here's another way of putting it. I'm not... Like, burnout is a strong word, because burnout for me means, like, I don't want to work at all. I think my interest in like what I'm interested in streaming has shifted a little bit. I was gonna say this, like, I feels like I'm less interested in big gaming challenges, more in smaller ideas. Like, most of the ideas that I'm having right now are like, I do a stream and then I figured out how to do sentiment analysis on chat. So I like the idea that I play like Skyrim or something, and then it analyzes all the messages in Twitch chat and then summarizes what the current emotion of Twitch chat is, and based on that it spawns something in the game. That's really funny to me, right? So I'm excited about ideas like that, but that's not necessarily some big epic fucking giant idea. That's more just like a little thing going on in the background. Or you know, after somebody makes a donation, then ChatGPT will grade the donation about how funny it was. That's funny to me. I had an idea yesterday. I think YouTube mixes the video experience, which is wait, I can't even read what you're. Yeah, there's definitely a cultural separation. Like having ChatGPT just respond to donation messages. The idea I had yesterday, which I think is funny, is like just Texas Beach donations are just like playing a D&D campaign. Like I set ChatGPT to just be a dungeon master, and then every donation is like progressing in a dungeon, and then I'm just like doing other things in the background. But a lot of these ideas I have are just like small little things, and not that's not like a whole epic story like the straight line in Zelda, right? Or some crazy Skyrim challenge, really. A lot of my ideas right now are just like, it'd be funny to have this thing happening. So they're very like, I feel like they're shorter, more casual ideas right now that I'm excited about, but feel different than what I have traditionally done, you know? So yeah, it's just interesting that, yeah, it's just interesting. Like I'm saying, I'm not coming out of this being like, I'm retiring or anything. I've just noticed that my interests have shifted a little bit, and this is partially coinciding with the YouTube cultural shift type of thing. It doesn't feel overly different. All right, I mean, maybe not, but like, you know, as an example, last week, if you assassinate somebody, or if you say somebody's name, you assassinate them. To me, that's less of a big, interesting story arc and more like a funny 30-minute little concept or something, right? So I feel like a lot of the ideas I'm having right now are more in that vein, which is fine. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I have just been a little, we just stream new games. Yeah, I could do something like that. Where yeah, I'm just noticing it's a different kind of vibe. I'm more interested in just weird coding concepts. Can you code Paul Blart 2 the blartening into a GIF? Maybe. Yeah, and I know that not everything needs to have a big story, but also I have a brain that wants to push myself super hard in absolutely everything. So the idea of not pushing myself super hard all the time on everything is hard to do. And then that relates to this, which I think I'm going to try to tone back a little bit what I'm doing on stream and just be like, I want to come to the table with like 2 interesting ideas a week, and then try to leave some other time in the week for other things. This is partially related to, I've been taking Lexapro, which is an anti-anxiety medication, for the past year or so, and it is really fucking up my sleep. I'm in bed like 11 hours a day right now, and it's been getting more and more, it feels like it's getting worse. Like I'm sleeping more and more and more. So I'm probably going to try weaning off of that or something, because that's, to be honest, a big part of what feels like the challenge of my schedule right now is I just have like very few free hours in a day. And that is getting harder and harder. And like, there's just like other projects I want to try doing that I'm interested in. There's other things. I'm like trying to carve out more time every week for some mental health stuff I'm working on. And dude, like this this fucking anti-anxiety medication, it's good. It's good in a lot of ways, but it's rough. Obviously, I have been and will continue to talk to doctors about this. But I'm just kind of giving general context of, I've noticed the past few months, it feels like I have no time to do anything. It's been tough. So anyways, I think generally how I've been feeling is, one, there's like a cultural shift, which I think we can shift by me just talking about a little bit more. I feel like I've had less time in general, and I'm also just more interested in little weird ideas on stream rather than big ones. And that is what I'm gonna do. And, you know, maybe people like or dislike that, but at least right now, that is what is currently interesting to me. So I figured I would just mention it explicitly on stream instead of people wondering why things might feel a little bit different. People are saying I need to take a break. I am going to Japan in a couple weeks, and then I'll probably take a week or two off after that. But in general, this is more about me. I'm not saying I'm burnt out or that I need to like just take a huge break. It's not about that. I think it's like, okay, I feel interested in different things right now, and I need to kind of shift my energy a little bit. And I want to say that explicitly rather than just it not showing up. Like, as an example, like Parkster and I are probably gonna try to do a weekly show together. That's something where it's like, I don't have the time for that right now at all. Oh, Eddie, text me about that later. I don't have the time for that at all right now to do other things. We're doing this merch item that's coming out in a few weeks, which I'm really excited about, and we've been filming promotional stuff for that. That was like multiple days of time, and that was really, really, really fun, super fun project, but it's been really hard to fit that in while still maintaining YouTube and Twitch and whatnot. So I'm thinking that at least for the next little bit, I'm probably going to be coming up with like a few weird ideas a week, which, you know, I always have weird ideas, but they're probably not going to feel as crazy and as planned out as some of the ones I have in the past. And the intention here is to carve out more time in my life for some other things, like mental health stuff, other projects, actually having time to play new video games and research new like ideas and whatnot. Like the whole hand thing that I set up last week with Obama, that's because I took like 3 days off the week before to just like look into new tech stuff. I guess that was maybe like 2 days of time. That ended up being kind of weird. Anyways, the hand thing was cool. Yeah, like right now, I'm super excited about new tech, like learning new tech and shit. But that just takes time. You know, it just takes a lot of time. And maybe that will mean I start doing like research days on stream where we like just are sitting and playing new games or coding new stuff. But it does feel, I'm gonna be honest, it feels a little awkward to just be like doing a completely unplanned thing on stream. I'll probably do some of that, but I don't know how much. So ideally, I'm bringing like at least 2 ideas that are decently formed to the table every week, and I think I can commit to that at least, which is what I've been trying to do for a long time. They just might feel a little bit less fully formed. That's where some tech joke along a research day can work. Yeah, exactly. So, and then again, you know, that doesn't, I mean, as you and I have talked about, Barry, that doesn't necessarily fit into our A-plot main channel format as much as it has in the past, but anyway. So this is generally where I'm at with streaming. As part of that, if you guys are wondering why the second channel has come back, this is partially why. Like, Barry and I have been talking about it. I think now we're gonna have more videos that are more just like, we got into this weird tangent with this weird idea, rather than it being a big story arc with a beginning, middle, end, and the hero's journey and whatnot. So that's also why the second channel is coming back in the way that it is. And as Barry pointed out, yeah, it's already kind of been going this way for a while. The second channel gets revived for the 5th time. Yeah, the second channel has had like 5 different lives. We're bringing it back for life number 5. Or 6, I don't remember. Yeah, okay, that's that stuff. Anything else I'm missing here? Oh, you know what's interesting, by the way? I talked to some other streamers who've done YouTube streams. They also agree. They also feel that, I said olive oil cake at Disneyland? What the fuck? Okay. I will try that next time I go. Apparently this is true of other, not to talk shit about YouTube, if you're watching this in the YouTube VOD, but I talked to other streamers, and apparently they also agree that if they did streams on YouTube, the experience on Twitch felt like it got worse, which is very strange. Anyway. Second channel is a cat. Right. Main channel's a dog, and we have a cat for a second channel, which just kind of shows up randomly, and it gives you affection or total lack of affection, just intermittently with no real pattern to it. We tried to warn you about YouTube. Let me also be clear here. There are so many cool, fucking funny, awesome, interesting, smart people in this community. And the YouTube, streaming on YouTube seems to have brought a bunch more of those people over here, which is great, right? That's cool. That's cool as hell. It just also seems to have brought a lot of people who have a different kind of energy or expectation or interest in what is happening. So I'm not sitting here saying YouTube viewers fucking suck. It's just something about streaming on YouTube, or maybe it's just more viewership. I don't know. Seems to have changed the energy a little bit. So, like, I obviously use YouTube also, and a lot of people are enjoying coding streams, which to me indicates that the people watching like have an interest in cool things that I find interesting. And again, this is probably temporary. I just want to try it for now in this general context of shifting the energy on things. YouTube is younger viewers than Twitch. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, it feels like a lot of the audience is now interested in coding, which is hilarious and cool to me. I feel like the coding goes on a bit too long. Yeah. It obviously depends. My intention is usually not to code for a certain amount of time. It's just to get a thing done. But I don't know. Anything else on this general thing? And then I want to talk about TTS specifically. Ugh. I want more coding streams. Coding never goes on long enough. There's no such thing as too much coding. I am perpetually shocked at how many people are interested in watching coding. It makes no sense. To be honest, I just like hearing you talk. Coding is fun, but I don't understand it whatsoever. Yeah, that's fair. What I would like to do more of, here's the way I want to think about coding, okay? Learning tools. There's something that I think should be done offline. So, for example, the Obama hand thing. That was something that I worked with ChatGPT and was reading docs and whatnot in order to get a project set up where you can track hand movements. The very basic solution of this was very simple, and ChatGPT basically just did it, but then expanding it in the ways that I wanted, understanding a little bit more, and then having some weird tech problems with like my camera and various other things. That took a while. So that was getting the tool set up of learning how to get this hand program, right? That, in my eyes, is not something that is interesting to stream, and a lot of that is me needing to sit there and just read documents and think about stuff, right? By comparison, I think once a tool is built, like using the tool can be streamed. So if I show up and I'm like, hey, I have this program that can track your hands, what should we do with it? That I think is more interesting, because then it's like, oh, we could try it with Mario Party, and it's ideally a 5-minute coding adventure to get it set up for whatever idea, right? And so then it's a more like iterative, quick back and forth of like, oh, we're changing these things, blah, blah, blah. But at least for me and the way I learn, I really need to like just sit there silently when I'm learning a tool. And so if you think about the times where coding has been really fun on stream versus kind of slow and a slog, I think generally when it really slows down is when there's some kind of coding issue that takes a lot of that, where I need to like learn a new tool of some kind, right? Where I need to understand. I ended up in the medical hospital instead because of coding. Jesus Christ! What did he teach you to code with a belt? I don't think he was teaching you coding. Right, like front end stuff last week. That was something where I clearly don't know the foundation of it at all, and then I'm just kind of floundering, taking random suggestions from Twitch chat or ChatGPT instead of being able to use a foundation of knowledge that I already understand in an interesting way. So I don't think you read that right. Oh, he meant the medical field. Got it. You became a doctor. Okay, that's a lot better. Yeah, coding's art. What's up, Dan? Why can't I send the Pog emote? I'm new. I mean, if you say PogChamp, it should say PogChamp. Oh. Yeah. So generally, I want to try to break it out like this, where I understand the fundamentals of what's going on, and then we're using them in interesting ways, rather than me learning the fundamentals while I'm live. I think that's where it leads to streams that really slog. Unfortunately, a lot of the times I don't realize that I need to learn some new tool. So that's probably the issue. Anyway, that's how I think about coding. You should do streams where you try to do stupid stuff while programming. Yeah. I mean, look, I have at this point like 30 just ideas for weird things happening while I'm doing something else, and that sounds super fun to me. So I don't know if that doing something else will be me playing Mario Maker or me just coding or whatever. We'll figure it out. But definitely, like right now, I'm really, really enjoying just casual shit while something goofy is happening in the background. Okay, anything else on just general streaming stuff before we talk about text-to-speech specifically? It's like lesson planning. You have 80% plan and the rest is experience and adapting. Right. I mean, what I love about streaming is that things go off in weird directions. But I do want there to be enough of a foundation there that I can do that at a moderate speed rather than getting completely bogged down for an hour every time I have a new idea, right? So certainly we'll continue to code, but hopefully that makes sense of it for me, the distinction between them, of where I feel like I need time off stream to learn the foundation of a tool, and then we use the tool together in a more rapid fire way. We can play Snake while you code. Yes, that's true. It's like the 80-20 rule. That's not really what the 80-20 rule is for, but yeah, I mean, basically, yeah. Do you have a community or somewhere where we could help contribute to the programming? As a dev, I would love to help. Maybe. I really like learning things myself. Like, I really like and find it extremely satisfying to understand how a thing works. So I generally am not interested in giving somebody else a program that then is passed back to me like most streamers do, because I love actually understanding all the details of it. And then also that way during streams, when we have a stupid idea, we can easily use it, right? Because I understand everything that's going on. So that is my hesitation around having other people contribute a lot to the coding, because my brain works in a dumb specific way, and if I do the coding myself, it means I can have it be really janky and kind of crappy and prototypey, but it fits how my brain works. So that's the thinking for it. I'm not saying no, but that's why I haven't traditionally done that. That being said, I think maybe like a Discord channel or something where it's like people, where it's like a specific Discord channel of actual devs, so I can be looking at those messages if I'm stuck on a programming thing on stream, rather than just reading from Twitch chat, because there's a lot of people in Twitch chat that just throw out random fucking guesses that are wrong, which is funny in its own way, but yeah. I think a lot of us just want to help with the 2 to 3 lines that you get stuck on that we know how to solve. Yeah, exactly. So that is obviously a good thing to have. It's just hard to filter which are the good messages, right? Because it's literally like, if I'll be looking at 30 different suggestions and I don't know which is the one. So we could make a Discord channel where you have to take a programming test. You have to like solve a leak code or something, which is insane to do, but that could be funny. What if we make a code by Twitch throwing shit out and see if it works? Yeah, doing like Twitch codes a thing is pretty funny. I do actually, okay, I'm gonna say this now, just to put it out into the world, because this is one of the things I am actually most excited about. I want to do a hackathon with the community that's all just Twitch chat interaction ideas, right? We do like, I do like a week-long challenge or week-long open hackathon, and anybody can make any program that involves Twitch chat, and then we show them all. And I would like put up a bunch of prize money and stuff for that. I think that would be fucking awesome. I would love to do that. That's probably the thing I'm most excited about, like in the next 6 months. I mean, it could be a game, but I don't think it needs to be a game, right? I think there's so many interesting ideas for code and projects and programs that utilize viewers in some way, and not many people are doing that. And I think a lot of people in this community have interesting ideas for it, and being able to encourage that would be really, really, really cool. I would love to do something like that. So I'm putting that out into the world, but probably that would be in the next like 2 months or something like that. That would be a decent amount of organization. But that would be an example of like, hey, let's like do a community kind of project and stuff. Bold of you to assume actual devs aren't also confidently wrong. Yeah, I would say actual programmers are the most confidently wrong people I've ever met. But then you have the random programmers who are absolute fucking geniuses and they get everything right. So like finding them is the key. At every programming job I worked, there was one guy who the entire team of 10 people went to for everything. And like, that's the guy who just solved everything basically. And everybody else is just tinkering away until they hit an actual hard problem. And then Steven has to come in or Channing has to come in. So that's like actually how programming teams work. There's 3 of them on my team. Oh shit, really? That's lucky. I've only had 1. Yeah, so I want to do some kind of, I'm also going to do a subathon this year. But it will have a twist to it. Cool. All right. I feel like we've talked about things. Not to brag, but I was the Git guy in my uni group. I was definitely not that person, which is why I left programming. And I know people who were that person, and it made me feel like the dumbest person alive. All right. Let us now talk about text-to-speech. I'm horrible at using Git. You should stream whether coding stuff to actual streams or make a Discord channel where you code and people can just join in and chill. Yeah, it's just, at some point, if I'm sitting there silently reading documentation, why am I streaming? Like, you know, this might shock you guys, but I don't actually just sit around talking to myself when I am working. That's not actually how I function. So it does take mental energy and time to say things and to involve you guys. And so the question is, would you rather I stream all of my coding, but it's like half as efficient, or would you rather I get my coding prep done in the course of one day and then have a stream where stuff is actually happening, right? At some point, I do have to pick between them. So that's kind of the challenge. I'm sure some people would want me to just have literally everything streamed, but, you know, it's not as efficient as working on your own. And if you don't believe me, then go try streaming and talking and entertaining people during it. You should make a stream where it's just you reading documentation. It could be a funny one-time thing. Yeah, look, and I think there's a mix. As I mentioned, like, just a few seconds ago, I think some amount of coding on stream is really fun, and I love doing that. I've had a great time with it. I still love challenges now again. Yeah. No, I'm still definitely going to do challenges. I'm just... Recently, I've noticed that most of my ideas that I'm excited about are just like, I'll make a program that fucking shoots Twitch chat or whatever. You know, it's just like some weird little thing that's not really a big whole story idea. It's just a funny concept, and that's what's really interesting to me right now. Like, I'm more interested in writing a program that... Like, so somebody emailed me, and I thought it was a funny idea, which is that after every text-to-speech message, a big poll pops up on screen, and you have all of Twitch chat has 15 seconds to vote on whether the message was relevant or not. And if it's voted not relevant, then they get timed out for an hour. That's really funny to me. But that's not like an actual challenge, you know? That's not a Skyrim challenge or a GTA or another video game. That's very funny to me, and that sounds super, super interesting. And so I think I'm going to lean into that a little bit more. That being said, I still have plenty of other kind of traditional challenge ideas. I'm just letting you guys know of, like, honestly, that's what sounds the most fun to me at the moment, which I know is not as broadly appealing, but is also, let's be clear, a lot of my ideas have involved banning people. I am aware that I'm leaning into that pretty heavily. I'm trying not to go all in on that. In the way that I try not to go all in on anything. Like, I've tried not to have AI characters be every single stream. I try not to have Skyrim be every stream. I try not to have banning be every stream, but it is really funny. Okay. I feel like I am capable creatively of having a variety of ideas, and I don't want to lean too heavily into a single thing. Honestly, the best streams are ones where you're just doing something and TTS and chat is not an integral part. The more chat speaks, it can get, I disagree. I think the best streams, at least for me, are the ones where there's a fun, well-paced back and forth between me and the viewers. At least that's my favorite part of streaming. But obviously it changes, right? It's not to say every single stream should be the same. It shouldn't. Some ideas are better with more chat interactivity. Some aren't. There's no, like, formula to it. You kind of just have to throw shit out the wall. Like, I really don't know what streams are going to be good or bad. I just try things. Okay, let's talk about text-to-speech specifically. I think those funny ideas you were talking about only really work with the game as a background rather than the main focus. Yeah, that's another way of putting it. I'm interested in ideas where the game is basically the background. And that is different than how it's been in the past. And that's not good or bad, it's just different. So, yeah. Yeah, the courtroom stream was really, really fun. Don't worry, I still have plenty of ideas. There's a lot of ideas. I'm just noticing that this type is what I'm more excited about right now. For example, I still have an AI invasion stream we're going to do soon. I have some GTA 5 and Skyrim stuff that I want to do soon. Some other weird, like, Twitch interactivity concepts. But I think you're going to have to let me indulge in just banning a bunch of you guys. On a regular basis. Okay, let's talk about changing text-to-speech. I have a couple of ideas. Oh, wait. So, in the context of feeling like things are a little bit too chaotic and there's been a little too much text-to-speech, I have some ideas. These are what my ideas are currently. I could have text. So TTS, for those who don't know, is text-to-speech. It is a message being read out loud. I appreciate you trying, but I can't emphasize how I agree that the funniest thing in the world is you turning the stream into the worst, most hostile experience for us. It is really funny. Don't get me wrong. It's extremely funny. I don't want to stop doing it. Okay, here's some ideas to help shift the chaos a bit and help messages be more relevant. One, there's a suggestion that I could have, instead of people paying money for text-to-speech, it could be channel points. Here's the downside about that. One, I think it locks people. You have to have, like, watched a lot of streaming to participate, and honestly, that's not necessarily doable for a lot of people. Like, I don't have time to sit around and watch streams. Instead, I usually check in on a stream for a few minutes, see what's going on, and then I tune out. So I don't want text-to-speech to be only channel points. Theoretically, it could be a mix. It could be that text-to-speech is like $8 or something, and then channel points, if you have like 10,000 channel points, you do that. I could mix those together. I am concerned about making channel points actually worth something, though, because people already are psychotic about channel points, and they don't do anything. Actually, speaking of that, let me turn on laugh track and shit. But if it's literally like how you get to talk in the stream, people are gonna be like vicious about channel points. Like that feels like a dangerous thing to add in. Okay, you've got sounds back. That's so funny. It is. I don't get genuinely annoyed very often, but I get genuinely annoyed at how many people, not everybody, many people in chat seem to think that the only thing that matters is that they get paid out in their prediction as fast as possible. Like, we like do a prediction, and the result has been established. And then people will go fucking crazy saying, mods, pay out right now. And it's like, we're gonna pay out eventually. You have to do that in order to set up another prediction. And I've said this many times, it's not a big deal, and people can't get over it, and I don't understand why. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. It's not real money. And so I'm like imagining the people who are frothing at the mouth with rabies because they haven't gotten their channel points right away. If those people then think they actually matter, holy shit, that person is gonna go insane. Like, I feel like we would be encouraging like some person to just collapse internally. Like, I just beat Hollow Knight. We would have a bunch of infected bugs running around in the community that aren't paying, like, they've lost their soul and instinct. All they know how to do is scream for channel points, and I'm concerned that is not good. So that is my concern about making TTS on channel points. Maybe we combine them both. I am gonna write a custom text-to-speech program instead of continuing to use Streamlabs. So I can do this. Maybe we do it on certain things. He's talking his shit and I support it. I'm not talking shit. I just like sometimes I view some of our community members as specimens, right? I think we can all agree. Most people here are wonderful, coherent, intelligent adults, but we can all agree that there's a few specimens in the community, right? That, like, don't you want to take... It's not you. I'm not talking about you. It's that other guy. But you know that other guy? Like, it's not you. It's for sure I'm not talking about you. But you know that, like, we all know who I'm talking about, right? That other guy. That guy, don't you want to, when they're, like, freaking out in chat, don't you want to just, like, put them under a microscope and just observe them? I can't be the only one who's just like, how do you work? How are you a person? Like, how do you possibly exist? What are you doing? There's like a real person somewhere on Earth that's sitting at their computer doing this. What is going on in your life? I want to know. I genuinely want to know. I'm curious. I can't be the only one who's curious. But given that we have a large number of specimens in the community, not even necessarily that many. They're just loud. They're loud specimens. I would die for my future channel points. See, this is what I mean, cameraman. This is what I mean. There's too many specimens in the community. Are we talking about Parks here? True, the next guy is an actual psycho. Bigger, badder bread. Sorry, you've been identified as a psycho. We have found that guy. You have thousands of people in your chat. You're bound to have some of that guys. Yeah, look, not that many people even talk in the channel. Like, look. Let's do I guess this isn't a prediction. This is a poll. Oh, here. Poll. I mean. Do you ever chat in this channel? Yes. Also, yes. Because if you respond to this poll, then that means you do reply. Where is it? Twitch poll. Boom. Okay. So, how many people are currently watching right now? We've gone over this in the past. It's like a very small number of the people who watch are actually typing anything at any given time. Okay, we have 7,500 viewers. Okay. And after, what, like a minute or 35 seconds or whatever, 600 people. We could probably get this to like 750, right? Let's conservatively say 750. I don't know why I'm typing this out. It's 10%. That means only 10% of the people who are watching actually... Oh, yeah, I got you, Volran. Yeah, those are fun. I've enjoyed those. So, like, 10% of people actually chat? That's not very many. So, I fully acknowledge that if people are crazy, or a bunch of crazy, wild people in chat, that it's not like every single person. I know that, right? We are the 10%. You guys are the 10%. Congratulations. Most people don't chat in Twitch chats. Like, it's not 7,500 people talking simultaneously. It's a couple people talking and everybody else sitting around just like staring at them, right? Again, you guys are the specimens. I'm sorry to be the ones to tell you this, but most of us are sitting around just doing this at you. Right? Mathematically, there's like 6,750 people who are sitting there just staring at you, chat, and just going like, what are these people doing? And they just read you and they just observe you. That's the majority of the people here are just staring at you and analyzing you like a bunch of scientists. This has all been part of their experiment. I'm famous. We're famous. So it is worth remembering, like, most people don't tap the glass. Yeah. Can they hear us in there? Oh, sorry. Wait, hold on. I don't need to shake the fucking glass. Oh yeah, let me just like bop, 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 bop. Okay. Sorry. You guys can calm down. You're fine. Anyways. Why are we talking about this? I don't know. Okay, here's a big idea I have, all right? You guys know I've got tons of ideas. Some of them are even good, okay? How about I make my text-to-speech program that mutes and unmutes text-to-speech instead of pausing? Because here's one of the biggest issues with text-to-speech is that they get really bad. So either there's way too many of them and I can't reply to them, or I can't have a conversation because it's just like nonstop text-to-speech. First and last time involved in unethical human experiments. Okay, well, yeah, I guess you guys are just enjoy being experimented on. Look, I did experiments in college to make money for beer, okay? I did psych experiments that were horrific, and I appreciate you guys are doing the same thing. And in return, Twitch pays me money. 7,600 dead in the first ever Twitch quake. So here's one of the challenges with text-to-speech. I would like to make text-to-speech. No, you're not a freak, Nader, man. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about all the other freaks. I think text-to-speech is most interesting when it is relevant to what's going on. But I also need to be able to pause text-to-speech in order to have a conversation and talk about what's happening. What I have been doing is pausing it, right? But then by the time I unpause it, things get so backed up that then the messages aren't even relevant, right? Which we've all seen plenty of times, and it's like not great, I don't think. So theoretically, if I'm muting and unmuting them, it's like they would still show up, but if I need to take a second to reply to things, if I need to take a second to have a conversation, if I'm focusing on something else, I can mute them. They still show up, but I can continue to have a conversation as well. The obvious downside of this is that no guarantee your message gets read. And that kind of sucks, right? I don't love the idea that you donate $3 and it gets ignored. But I think that this is a better solution than what it is right now, which is like, it's your message shows up an hour later anyways, right? I feel like I would rather have a chance that it shows up when it's actually relevant. And either way, it would be on screen. But yeah, it's just not guaranteed that it would be read. And this, you know, the other downside to this is I might miss a whole bunch of really funny text-to-speech messages, which are often the funniest parts of the stream. Do a stream where you hunt for the most interesting specimen. We do a tournament of who is the most interesting chatter in Twitch. That actually is kind of funny idea. So what I could do if we do this, the muting and unmuting, is that I probably won't do that stream. People just be trying to be way too weird. If we do the mute and unmute concept, I could have a little icon somewhere on screen, like down here or whatever, or maybe down. Let me see. Parkser? Okay, I don't know why I have this. All right, imagine that this is not Parkser. Imagine that it's like a icon for whether text-to-speech is muted or unmuted, and I could just like put that here or something. So there's a little like speaker or something that says that basically my code, when I've mute and unmute, it's here. So at least there is a visual, because right now there's also the problem of people constantly don't understand that the text-to-speech is muted, or sorry, that it's paused, and so they donate twice, or you don't know how far back the queue is. What do you think about having the text-to-speech queue so people can tell how? Yeah, so that was another thing, is I could have a queue if I write the program myself, which I can definitely do. What if you made a channel point reward for people to mute and unmute text-to-speech? We could also do that. That is funny. The letters TTS should be crossed out. Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, so this is my idea. I'm wondering how you guys think about this. This, again, I think the downside is I potentially miss out on a bunch of text-to-speech messages, but the idea is instead of me pausing and unpausing, I am muting and unmuting. And I can code this, and then we can see if it works or not. It's not necessarily, it's not we're not locked into this if I do it. Is muting, unmuting a good potential solution? Yes, no. This would be instead of me doing what I've been doing, which is just pausing and unpausing text-to-speech. The other benefit of this is, like, I can continue to have text-to-speech be cheap, $3. Because, like, most people, again, at my size of streaming, I think it's fair to say I easily could make text-to-speech like $10, but I don't want to do that. That kind of sucks. I demand my TTS jokes get priority. Yeah, I mean, Soviet, your text-to-speech donations are genuinely consistently funny. So it would be a bummer if yours were muted consistently, but yeah. But also, oh yeah, okay, that's fair, Husky. Let me write that down. If there's a visual on screen that shows whether they're muted or not, then at least you can choose whether or not to do the text-to-speech, right? If it's always live, if it's always, if the text-to-speech is at most like 20 seconds behind, then you would be able to see down there whether or not your message is going to be read. So it wouldn't really scam you as much, I don't think. Right, they might not spam as much. All right, I mean, I want to try this. I'm going to try this. I have a better way. Simply have the messages read over each other. Yes, that more bits means your message gets louder. That's another alternative. All messages read simultaneously. More money equals louder. So that's pretty good. When I add multiple forms of TTS, one cheap. Yeah, I could potentially get really crazy with the queue and whatnot. I will say it doesn't appear that charging more money makes the quality higher. Just as a note, I would have thought that would happen. That doesn't really seem to be the case, and that makes sense. Rich people are not necessarily funnier, so if I make it $10, that doesn't mean that it's fewer messages that are better. It just means fewer messages. Ban someone for several streams if they do a text-to-speech message. So it's worth remembering that the muting with a visual is a great idea. You are just a specimen, that's true. It's worth remembering that I love text-to-speech, right? I'm not trying to punish you guys for contributing to the stream. It's worth reiterating this. I think text-to-speech is phenomenally entertaining and fun and a core part of what I love about streaming. I don't want it to end. But if right now we're at a 10 out of 10 quantity of text-to-speech, I think we can get it to a 5, and that would feel good. Like about half the amount. So that's what, and ideally that half is more relevant, and not as spammy as it felt like it has been the past month or two. So I don't necessarily want to just ban anybody who does a text-to-speech message. Ideally, it's like, if somebody is really funny, I think they should be able to send multiple messages and have chat lol at them and go, lol, true, Doug is bald. Add a TTS credit system. Right, we could get really complex and you have a rating. Like you have a Yelp review based off of chat's response to your message. Make it so it only reads messages if there's a got 'em joke. That's true. I mean, we could get wild with it. Wait, okay. Seventh Slayer says, wait, that's a good idea. Everyone that sends TTS gets permabanned. This is related to our previous idea of if you send a message in chat, you get permabanned, so you only get one message ever. And that's a good idea in a lot of ways. I think it just, again, maybe misunderstands where I'm coming from, which is that I do still want viewers. That is still a key part of what I would like. Okay, so this is one idea. Oh my god! Okay.
I'll come back later.
All right, thanks, Dan. Sorry, Philbo was completely naked. Let me put the music back on. Okay. Other ideas for text-to-speech. I could have a person filter the messages. So theoretically, I have a mod or somebody else. They would look at the text-to-speech messages that are coming in and designate them as being, yes, this goes on stream, or no, it does not. More expensive. Yeah, that's the thing, Orion, though. I just don't love the idea of making it about money. You could, but I don't think charging more, I just don't like the idea of charging for more money. I think what is fun about my stream is that it feels like everybody can participate in it. And that gets farther and farther removed if I do that, you know? What if you just randomly ban people for 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week? So I think we should just have a program that's randomly banning people every 1 minute. Like, we're just playing Russian roulette all the time by existing in the stream, and that could be good. Ban everyone who doesn't donate again within 4 hours of donating once. Yeah, I like that. That's better. The program will track the last time you donated. And you get permaban if you haven't donated in the last 4 hours. Yeah, it could be Soviet. It could have something to do with that. I could incorporate that. In general, I don't know. Actually, being a subscriber does correlate to higher quality messages. That is true. So maybe there is some value in that. But again, I don't want to lean into that too much, just so that it feels like everybody can participate. Okay. Somebody filtering the text-to-speech messages. This is what Ludwig does, and he recommended that I do this last summer when I got like a big viewership spike after collabing with him, actually. When I was having this exact same problem. So that was his suggestion. Like, he has mods who are sitting there and they decide if a text-to-speech donation goes through. 2 issues with this that I see. One, I would need to find a person that I really, really trust to have like the same mindset as me about what a text-to-speech message, whether it's worth it or not, as well as understanding whether I'm interested in more or less text-to-speech at any given time. So there's that, which I feel a little weird about. The bigger issue is I don't love the idea that you donate and you don't know whether it's going to be read out loud. I know it's not about money, but more incentive to faster read messages. So I'm not sure what you mean. I don't love the idea of just having no idea if your message is going to go through. So I'm not a big fan of that. Is there a way to make it that subs can do TTS with channel points or bits? Yeah, potentially. I'll look into like having subs be a little bit easier. Yeah. I think that's something I could add on once I come up with the core system. So I'm not a huge fan of this, just I think it's really like unknown what happens. And you know, if somebody is like, hey, my grandpa just died of ligma, got him. Like, do you put that in or not? What if his grandpa actually died and then it didn't go through? I don't know. I just feel like a little weird about it. This is a great idea. All messages read simultaneously. More money equals louder. We could do the price fluctuates based off the game, like we did with the Barack Obama stream on Monday. This concept is really fun, but I don't think this makes sense as like every single stream. You know, I'd say that'd get a bit much. How about if someone does $2,000 worth of TTS, we get your address and can yell at you in person? That is a good idea. You are definitely a specimen. Just want to say I started programming portion. You're part of the reason. Oh, cool. I hope you enjoy it. Use ChatGPT a lot. It makes programming way better. And then every time you don't understand a thing, you can ask it why it's not working and understand it. Non-subs get filtered. This mitigates the number of messages that have to be filtered. Maybe, again, I don't love the idea of filtering the experience based off subs. That's like another level I could add in if necessary. Right. Yeah, as you said, Sanath, like, somebody filtering them, I think, could lose some of the really weird ones, which end up having a lot of, like, you know, influence. Premium subscription service for specimens. Maybe. I think this is probably more complicated than I want, but we could do something like this. And, you know, I'll do one-off streams like ChatGPT decides if a TTS message is funny, or Twitch chat votes if the message is good or not, but I don't think that that's like a super great idea as the norm. I don't think that just permanently having you get banned if Twitch chat doesn't like your message is a good idea. Maybe? I feel like a mix of these options could lead to a more robust system. True, but I also want people to be able to come in and quickly figure out what's going on. I do think that it's just they're muted or unmuted, and there's an icon that shows it is by far the simplest, right? And if there's a whole tier list of whether you're subbed or not, Twitch chat gets to send any TTS message they want for free, and mods are required to pay $3 to read them. Yes, good ideas. The other is more money to get it read faster. Oh, like earlier, so it's worth the money. Yeah, I would rather be in a situation where there isn't a long enough queue that people need to skip ahead of the queue. To me, the fewer number of text-to-speech messages would be achieved by muting and unmuting, because then there's a clearly designated block where they're actually going to be heard and processed, and then periods where it won't at all. Whereas with pausing and unpausing in the past, pausing does not reduce the number of messages at all. They just keep coming in. So I think that this solves things in a way that pausing did not. Have a word. What did you say? Have a word of the day? Have a word of the day that's on stream. If the word isn't in the message, it doesn't get read. 90% of people can't read or pay attention, and those people aren't funny anyways. We could, okay. We have like an IQ test that you have to solve. Okay, that's good. That is good. Similar to, like, we'll have categories of viewers, and you have to like earn membership of the different like clubs in the the different clubs in the in the community, and you have to prove that you're funny. You have to take a funny test, and then you can't text to speech otherwise. You could have the message self-designate as on topic or off topic. Interesting. I'm going to text to speech and he'll mute right as mine pops up. Right. That's likely what will happen for a lot of it. But yeah. Have an I am not a specimen test. Okay, I think the thing I am most excited about is muting and unmuting, but we can try some other things. What also is cool about me making my own text-to-speech program rather than using Streamlabs is that there's other funny things we can do. So first off, here are some of the features that we can now create a more formal list. So I can pause and unpause alerts, obviously. Add dancing bird videos on the side to distract chat from donating. That is also a solution, is just to not have people donate. So again, mute or unmute. So I would pause or unpause if needed, but I could also mute or unmute alerts. Still displays them. I would have a hotkey that mutes the alerts. Oh, this is literally the same thing. I would also use OBS WebSockets to turn an icon on or off. What would be cool about making my own system is we can have the emotions. So you know how with Chatbot app and D&D, you have a system based on if the game focus changes on the price. Yeah, potentially something like that. I mean, this is kind of a test right now of this, which is that they're largely muted, and I'm looking at some of them. As a specimen, what if you didn't TTS, you have to roll a D20? That is very, very funny. Roll a die. You only get your message read if it's 15 or above. That is hilarious. Okay, like, what I'll do like one time or like one-time effects or temporary buffs. So these would be things that I do like occasionally, but not literally every stream. These would be the things that we could do every stream. So, what is cool about making my own program is then we can have the emotions. So if you start your message with like whispering, then it would actually whisper. On top of that, I can have the pepper character like I do with Chatbot app that animates the message. So when your message pops up, there's a little pepper guy, and then he's actually like moving as you talk. So I feel like it would give more of like a little character to it in the way that I've done with the characters up there or with D&D. I think that'd be really fun for normal text-to-speech. Now that does mean, unfortunately, I know this is sad, we would be losing our boy Geraint, the Welsh guy who, no more Geraint. Whispering Doug, why are you so bald? Exactly. The monotone Welsh guy who Sounds exactly the same with every single message. Who, let's be honest, actually very funny voice at this point. But I guess I could, okay, so what you, what we could do is that you can start your thing with like whispering in order to have the emotion be whispering. Right, and then you would whisper whatever you want. Or shouting to do whatever you want. Or you do geraint in order to have it be monotone geraint voice, which doesn't have emotions, to be clear. Displaying the queue. Yeah, so I can display the queue as well. So yes, that is an option. Yeah, I'll leave geraint there. That is funny. We could also, would you want, oh, I missed that one. Again, text speech is off. You could have a stream where we have to win in rock, paper, scissors against ChatGPT to have it be read. As I think about making this, would we want there to be... Oh, yeah, it could be... Okay, voices. Voice selection. Thank you. That was pretty funny. So here, if I open up ChatGod app, Voices Manager. All right, so... Oh, wait, no, I have it in Azure TTS. Okay, so for people who are not aware, I love that my TTS off. I have public speaking issues. If 7,000 people heard this, I'd get nervous. Oops. Okay, so... The current text-to-speech voice... Fiverr lore to be a positive message to you. Oh, yeah. Your message only gets read if it's 15 or above. If it's a nat 1, you get banned. So you have to risk getting banned. You can have a per user TTS limit. Yeah, but some of you guys are really funny. I don't want to like limit your funny messages. I don't necessarily think people have funnier messages if they're limited to 1. Okay, rolling a die for what happens with your text-to-speech message is really funny. What about voting for a president of Twitch chat that becomes TTS of the people? Maybe. Vote for president. That's kind of a whole different thing. That's not really about text-to-speech anymore. So, with voices... All right, I'm going to ignore the TTS for a second. There are 8 different voices that I can use with Azure. So, geraint is the current one, right? That is... I think I have geraint here. Here. Hello, my name is geraint.
Hello, my name is Geraint.
Oh, Geraint? It's geraint. I don't think he knows how to pronounce it. So that's our current one, right? With the Azure, this is what I've used for like Dungeons and Dragons, right? Where you have, there's 8 different voices you can have, 4 guys and 4 girls, and then all these different emotions: angry, cheerful, excited, hopeful, sad, shouting, terrified, unfriendly, whispering. So it could just pick one of the voices randomly, random voice, or like picks one of the 8 randomly. Could do that. You could choose the voice, I guess, but I feel like most people don't care that much. Probably random is easiest. I mean, unless you pick geraint specifically, right? You could, unless you say geraint. Yeah, I mean, we could do jumping the queue, potentially. I just feel weird about it. Another is you could say what voice, and we could even include the AI voices, like AI Doug. Okay, the downside about having the AI Doug or Pajama Sam, the downside about having the AI voices is I feel like it's fun to have those for specific streams where there's like an AI character. I want to fight ChatGPT. Yeah, he has kind of been asking for it. That's the only thing. It's like I don't want to overuse the voices really. At least for now, I'm gonna say it just picks one of the 8 voices randomly, but you can make it Garant. I want my TTS to be read by Parkser. Yeah, or it's the Italian voice. We can include it. Unless you say Geraint or Italian guy, which is the one that Billy Ray uses, and he's completely, he's completely incomprehensible. Who is it? Is it Giorgio?
Hello, my name is Geraint.
I can't understand a word of it. I mean, technically, I could add all these voices, but... Oh, right. That's another one. Sound effects. I think I have it down here. Yeah. So I could do this now. Add in sound effect processing. So... Yeah. 1, 2, 3, easy. That's what I would do. Yeah, thanks, Dizzle. I think this will be fun, having a more of a thought-out system. My name is Giorgio. I think we had the Italian guy for a single stream like years ago. There was a stream where we swapped between a whole bunch of different voices. So if we do sound effects, then it could be... I don't really want to do Vine Boom. That's the only thing. I am always hesitant to just have the stream devolve into memes and then just like referencing this popular thing. I'd ideally want it to be things that are more relevant to like our community or are not tied to a specific external meme, and instead it's more like it could be like just window crash, right? Like window crash. It could be the dumpster dive sound effect. Yeah, that's the thing. Metal pipe. It could be laugh track, I guess. No, I'm not putting laundry alarm in there. You can roll for a random sound effect. I feel like this will get out of hand, but I do like the idea of you guys being able to set up funny, like, conversations and whatnot. Yeah, I could do like Wilhelm scream. I feel like the metal pipe is too much of a meme. Laugh track I probably wouldn't do because it'd take too long. Can I have a checkpoint or the virtual end of the queue? You could, yes. Right, basically this would be like monster text-to-speech, but it's just me making it myself. Subs jump the queue by 50%. I don't want to start with queue jumping stuff. What are your thoughts on text-to-speech monster? Yeah, so this is basically what TTS monster does. Oh shit, I paused the alerts. Another reason I want to make my own system is because every time I pause Streamlabs, it seems to break, and I might have just done that again. I think I just did, so alerts are gonna not even show up for a little bit. Streamlabs is just not working for me in general. So this will be one reason to do my own. Regarding... Oh, it's still working. Okay. I mean, we can come up with some sounds and stuff. The TTS monster is good. I'm not a fan of them using a bunch of AI voices without permission. So that's my concern with that. Also, in this case, I think it'd be more interesting to make my own solution. I mean, I already have the code to process like donations from chat, so I can already do this, and like these are all things I would just add on top of it. So I've done the hard part already. I probably won't code this today, but I will probably try to do that this week. This is my first TTS message. Been watching about 3 years. Yo, thank you, Hip. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, like we could have like door knocking and closing, that type of stuff. You have to buy a TTS license with channel points before you can donate. Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. Technically, that is all doable. Yeah, text-to-speech monster seems cool. Doing something like this where you could include sound effects. So in your message, you're like, "Hey, Doug, I think you should go in the Great Palace." Door knocking. Like, you could just include sound effects, and then the program would automatically do that. Anyway, there's this, I will say, probably will become overused and unfunny really quick. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. This would be an Elden Ring situation where we have a funny text-to-speech thing and then it gets abused really, really quick. Can we have random Parkser quotes as a sound effect? Probably not, but that is a pretty good idea. Absolutely not. I at least want to add this system in because it shouldn't be that hard to program. It'd be fairly straightforward. Yeah, it'd be a little crazier, but that's all right. And then we could have it for certain streams. So this would probably not be all streams, but some of them would be good. This would really suck, I'm warning you now. I mean, I've seen other streamers use this, and it gets overused. So, yes, this would probably be a temporary thing. Add a text-to-speech speed button. I don't actually know. I'm sure there's a way to do that. So having a Pepper character animates would be fun. Again, I could do this where it costs more, but you can redeem with channel points. I might add this in at some point. For now, I want to just try leaving it as text-to-speech or as donations. But this is an option down the road of having channel points also be able to trigger text-to-speech. I don't want to change the speed at which the message is read because then I can't understand it. Like, it is... Okay, give me a message here. Let me actually, I'll just grab a test one. Oh, here, okay, here's a message from Fizz.
You've said gambling is the most engaging thing. One time, you could incorporate gambling and you win if you include the current time when your message plays or something.
Okay, so let's say we have, let's say we have text-to-speech. Okay, maybe not. Thank you, Adobe. Very cool. Oh, boy. I do not like Adobe. Okay, cool. It's making me log in. Very fun stuff. Give me just a sec. Okay, this is for a 2-second joke, which is not worth it. I would love to switch off of Adobe. I hate Adobe. I would love to take a sponsorship from Adobe and then intentionally show off how shit constantly breaks and is unreliable. I won't do that because that's a real asshole thing to do, but like if I was a real like petulant dickhead, that's what I would do. Do it, you coward. Okay, can you guys hear this?
You've said
Specific words get censored by metal pipe. That is funny.
you've said gambling is the most.
Okay, so just I've seen quite a few people mention that we could change the speed of the messages. So let's say we have this one.
You've said gambling is the most engaging thing. One time, you could incorporate gambling and you win if you include the current time when your message plays or something.
Okay, what the fuck? Why was it sniffing? Let's also get let's get Geraint in there because he's more our speed. This 2.mp3. Okay.
You've said gambling is.
What? Oh.
You've said gambling is the most engaging thing. One time, you could incorporate gambling and you win if you include the current time when your message plays or something.
Okay.
You've said gambling is the most.
So, people have suggested that a message gets played way faster if the queue is long. So here's what it would look like at double speed.
You've said gambling is the most engaging thing. One time, you could incorporate gambling and you win if you include the current time when your message plays or something.
Even if you ignore the chipmunk sound and I pitch it down, which I guess is possible, let me do that. It's way too fast. So it just becomes completely incomprehensible. Like, why would we even have it? You know what I mean? Pitch. But people are saying 1.3's time speed, but then what is the point? Why not? I think like it's solving the wrong problem. You know, the problem is to have fewer text-to-speech, which is more relevant, not to just make it slightly faster. But if I pitch it down, maybe it's fine.
You've said gambling is the most engaging thing. One time, you could incorporate gambling and you win if you include the current time when your message plays or something.
Okay, that is slightly more understandable, to be honest with you. We could have jokes replaced with an embarrassing message. So you're saying we just like lie about the person. Like there's a chance that your message is just like, I poop my pants every night because I'm a baby boy. Like, and there's just, if your message isn't funny, then we just slander you.
Said gambling is the most engaging thing. One time, you could incorporate gambling and you win if you include the current time when your message plays or something.
Okay, that is kind of comprehensible, but not really. Here's Giorgio at double speed.
You said gambling is the most engaging thing. One time, you could incorporate gambling and you win if you include the current time when your message plays or something.
Yeah, could be your message gets Google translated. I already have some stream ideas for doing Google translated stuff. It'd be so funny if your message is translated 2 or 3 times. It's just less. Okay, that's good. This is what I mean. These temporary buffs are all things of what I was mentioning earlier in the stream. These are just things I think would be fun to do for a stream, but that's not really like the core text to speech. Okay. Most likely I'm not going to have it cost more. I do not want to have the text message read faster. Maybe we integrate with ChatGPT, but I think that's probably a temporary buff. Like you could theoretically do like you start your message with AI and then the rest of it is a message like please write me a donation message like blank. And then what shows up on screen is ChatGPT's response. I think that's pretty cool. Like at any point you could be like, please write me a donation message about, Doug losing at Mario in Jack Sparrow's voice or something. So that'd be easy to do. I think that'd be pretty sweet. I'm not doing channel point right now, although I will plan on adding that in. Basically, I want to see how the muting and unmuting works first, and then if it feels like there can be more, then I would add some text. Then I would add channel points as well. But one thing that people have requested a lot, which I can do if I make my own system using StreamerBot, is that I could actually do that. I think there should be a way to say how many messages are in the queue. There should be a way to do that. I would strongly suspect that there is some kind of info that I can pass from the program. So this program is AI, please generate a funny message. Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of AI, of being able to like use AI with every single message, but again, we would probably run that into the ground really, really fast. Can you add a fast pass? A lot of people are talking about fast pass and skipping the queue. Ideally, with muting and unmuting, the queue would be a lot shorter in general. But presumably it would still be there some of the time. So I could, if I have a Parkser notification or Parkser like icon or whatever here, it wouldn't be Parkser. It would be like a TTS logo that's either, crossed out with red or not. And then there's, a logo that says, or a number below that says, I don't know, 13 in the queue or something. The reason I haven't wanted to do this for a long time, amongst other reasons, is then this is just like visually here, it baked into the stream, and then when we're making a YouTube edit, it's like it's nice to have the information that is on screen during a stream be strictly something that a YouTube viewer would care about. And I've talked about this a little bit in the past. It is nice to feel like what a YouTube viewer is seeing is actually relevant. And that would just straight up not be relevant to a YouTube viewer. But I think it's worth it at this point because text-to-speech is a big enough part of, the stream culture and what's going on. Instead of past passes, how about good messages get paused? I mean, then it's about determining whether a message is good or whatnot, and I think I'll definitely do that for some streams, but I don't think having a good judge is good as an ongoing thing all the time. All the messages get shown in a poll, and then you vote on which one gets displayed. I mean, we could get really crazy, but a lot of these ideas seem like things we should do as one-off streams, not as the core system. As the core system, here's what I'm thinking. I can unpause or pause, I can mute or unmute alerts, and I think this is the biggest thing that would tone it down. Having emotions in the voice, I think would be really good. Being able to pick voice will maybe do, but probably not. Sound effects I'll do, but most likely that'll just be turned on for specific streams. Having a Pepper character that animates, I probably am not going to do costing more, but I'll do adding channel points as another way to do TTS. And then adding some kind of information about the queue. These are the ideas that I have. One-off streamer A Crew and Z Crew compete for the highest quality text-to-speech message. That is funny. But they would just vote for their own. You have the D&D Roll20 with a chance to be banned, only apply to channel points. That's true. Again, like, rolling a die is very funny. Like, I've liked the idea that there's a channel point reward where you can just duel another viewer. And ChatGPT would take both of your usernames and would determine how you would fight based off your username, and then whoever it determines would win in a fight becomes like VIP or whatever, and the other person gets banned. Like, that's funny. But again, that's like a stupid, like, temporary stream thing. Just put a muzzle or tape over the pepper. Seems a bit much. Doug, we need to gamble or I'll piss my pants. Ah, we found a specimen. Nightbot command for text-to-speech queue length. Yes. Current song name would be hard. I've looked into that. Current delay doesn't really make sense because it depends on how I reply to the text-to-speech messages. But having the number of messages in the queue should be doable. So this program that I've been using, StreamerBot, you can see here, it processes messages. It processes text-to-speech messages and then can send information to my program, which my program then processes it in some way. As long as this program can send information about how long the queue is, then yes, that is very doable, and I agree it would be a great feature. So I will look into that. How about your TTS rolls a d20 against the next text-to-speech and the winner gets red? Okay. Okay, you have to duel the next chatter with a die roll. Yeah, I mean, these are all doable. I think most of these ideas are like a we do this one time type of thing. What about including a sent timestamp? Oh. Yeah, I could actually do that. I think it's a little bit cluttered, but add timestamp to message. It's a good idea if we continue to have issues. I think the muting and unmuting is a good initial solution. And then we can try other things, depending on how it goes. Because we can do things like, you have to solve a math problem to donate. Which is so funny. Or you must be approved by Twitch chat as a donator. First message, first donation creates a poll, and chat votes whether you're funny. If not, you're banned. If yes, then you're added to a whitelist, and your donation messages go through for the rest of the stream. That's insane, but it is very funny and doable. Oh yeah, we could make the laugh track just like, ha! That is funny. This is insane and unhinged, and I like it. Yeah, this is the thing. There are so many fucking weird little chat ideas like this that I'm excited about. This is also the type of stuff where if we do like a chat hackathon, a chatathon, like these are the type of ideas I feel like people could have a lot of fun with. And just come up with really weird, wild stuff. You have to do a background check and send in a sperm sample. Right. I think as long as I receive your sperm in the mail, then you get added to the list and you get to talk. Supply and demand. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. So, like, supply and demand is funny. I think that's more of a funny concept rather than a genuinely helping with the problem. I'm just worried enough people already come in and feel confused by how text-to-speech works.
TTS can only
I
be
don't want
read
it
if
to
they
be
are
overly
sent to your
complex.
fax numbers.
I don't have a fax machine. Yeah, I'll do another community challenge at some point. I've just been more interested in other things and have had limited time. But that is the plan. You don't have a fax machine yet. That's true.
If you fail a math problem or the check, chat gets to roast you.
Because it could be you donate. ChatGPT responds with a complex math question. You must answer it in chat within 30 seconds or you're banned. Every text-to-speech message is printed out. What's his name? I'm blanking. Wayne Radio is fucking brilliant and did that for a stream, and it's so funny. I like the idea of that at some point. I would want to make it different, though, because that's basically exactly
This
what he did.
donation is to fund your future fax machine.
Thank you. I will be sure to put it into the fax machine jar that is on my counter. Have you talked about the subathon yet? Because I have some questions. No. I will give more info about the subathon, but I'm intentionally going to keep it pretty
I started to get
under
into
wraps, 'cause I have
programming, and
ideas
my
for it.
short-term goal is to understand the video about coding, Twitch integration you posted a while ago,
Oh, yeah.
and maybe steal some stuff. Smile.
What I would recommend is that you take chunks of
If
code,
we've got something to
give it to
say,
ChatGPT,
we should say it to
and
your
then
face.
ask it how it works.
Disable TTS and
And
just
go
make people
keep
show up
asking it
to
until
your
you
house
understand.
and speak into the mic instead.
That's true.
All
I
TTS
doxed
is sent
myself.
to your email, which you definitely answer.
I just get emailed. That's such a bad idea. It's so funny. Like, it is a funny, bad
and funny
idea.
messages get sent to Point Crow's TTS instead.
That I like. I can have a bot in Point Crow's channel. Oh my god, that's so funny.
More fax machine funding.
Okay, if chat says you're not funny, if not, you're banned, but
Hey Doug, this donation is to fund your
Your
fax
message
machine savings
gets
jar.
sent to Point Crow's chat. Yeah, I could do that. I need to make a bot in Point Crow's channel. And that's so funny, like, your messages either get sent to Point Crow, or if you've proven that you're worthy of Doug, then they're here too. Would it'd also be funny if, like, I have a bot that's listening to his channel, and then every time somebody donates in his channel, we do a big, like, we do a big review of it, and we all vote on whether it's funny or not, so people on his channel just unknowingly being judged by us in this stream. Oh, it's so dumb. Ugh.
For everyone wondering where YouTube chat is, we're currently hiding from the IRS.
Yeah.
Kisses.
They're in hiding. They're deep within the walls of my attic.
You give people a phone number. If they TTS, they have to call and get put on hold with shitty wait music. If they drop the call, their TTS doesn't get through. I don't know whether Point Crow has a TTS or how much it costs, but you could literally send the bits donated to you to Point Crow to read bad TTS out loud.
Oh, that is funny. Like, if the message is bad, I will automatically send the money to him. That's so funny. Because then he can't be mad, because he's getting the money from it, right? Wait, where's that elevator music song I have? I have it somewhere. Like, he could complain if I'm just spamming at him. If it's literally we're sending him money, he's not, that's, you're legally not allowed to complain. That doesn't make any sense. Where the hell is my elevator music? I had an elevator
Absolutely
song.
love the implication that Point Crow's channel is where we dump our garbage TTS like royals into the peasant streets.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we turn on, like, regal music, and we're like, get them out of here! You are now banished to the Point Crow realm! Never again to taste the delights of the Doug Pantheon! Like, that's so fucked! And then if they try to come back...
What about a button you can push to play the most recent message added to TTS so you can get more relevant info for situations where you need help or the commentary is off?
Oh, maybe. I guess I could do that. If they come back and they try to talk
Start
again,
a
I'll have a
pyramid
bot
scheme.
yell, like,
We dump our
peasants
garbage to Point
detected!
Crow,
And then
who has to
everybody in
recruit
chat can,
more
like,
people
point at
to
them and be
dump
like,
their
be
garbage
gone, peasant!
TTS to.
Yeah, well, we'll need Point Crow to then start dumping his bad TTS somewhere else. The problem is it might cycle, and then somebody's shitty TTS might be funny to us, and so we'll end up eating somebody else's garbage. But I guess if it's tasty garbage, we're fine with that. We're sort of a garbage
people in
pantheon.
chat are snitching to Point Crow about our ideas. Send them away.
I had a great elevator song, and I can't find it.
Prepared every message you forward with from Doug's trash can.
Yeah. It's garbage day, and then it dumps the message on him.
We really should treat Point Crow's chat as this community's purgatory in general.
Where the fuck is this? I had amazing hold music, and now it's gone. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay. So I think what we do is like, if you donate text-to-speech, but there's already messages in the queue, then it says, we already have text-to-speech
hot
messages.
Potato with Point Crow.
Please hold. And then it just plays, wait, but it would be playing elevator music for all of us. That doesn't make sense. Very funny.
TTS is a stack rather than a queue. Most recent TTS always plays first.
That would encourage spam. That's funny, but that would encourage spam. I also don't think I have the tech for that, because I would have to build
Maybe
this
revisit
program
topics chat must
from
talk
scratch,
about or
which
get
I don't
banned.
really want to do.
I'm in the mood to talk about operating train lines in Illinois.
Yeah, we could ban certain things. Highly doubt it, but is there a way to programmatically spend your own bits? I think so, because they can just be a normal message. I do really like the idea that if a message is deemed unfunny, then my program will just go send the bits to another channel and dump them there. That's
If you
extremely
do the stream
funny.
I typed, it might be interesting to gift 1 subs per TTS posted to you instead of Point Crow. So the funnier TTS is, the more subs it'll rain at the end of the stream.
Yeah, that or if
Oh
your
my
message
god,
is really
I
funny,
was
it
the
gets
guy
sent.
that randomly got connected to Point Crow's chat. I can't believe we're making it a feature.
Oh, it's feature. Okay. I am probably going to wrap it up here for today. I just wanted to chat about things and stuff and brainstorm ideas. This has been very enjoyable. This has actually been very great, and I'm glad to kind of just explicitly have talked about how
Couple things.
Twitch culture's been and all that good
What
stuff.
would you do about PayPal donations? 2. Can you in chat tell my dog Cannoli she's a good girl?
She's a good girl. I would turn off PayPal, because PayPal would not be tied into this system. So PayPal donations would not be a thing anymore, which is kind of a bummer because it's the most efficient way to spend money. But this is not about me making money. I'm not trying to make money off text-to-speech. I'm trying to have it like add to the stream in a fun way. So I'm fine with the money drop. I'm literally trying to like reduce the amount of viewers and money. I am losing a lot of money by not
TTSs
streaming on
get
YouTube, by the way.
redubbed on YouTube chat.
It made hundreds of dollars every stream to stream on YouTube. This is like a fairly substantial amount of revenue loss, but I just think this is going to make for more compelling streams. So, why did you stop YouTube? I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream. I just feel like I want to try to
Can we try to
reground
get the most
the
okay
culture
message?
a little bit.
Like bad goes to Point Crow, but if it's too good, it gets sent elsewhere, and so do we.
So we're just like a mail room? Like we're just like a postal service, and then everybody sends their things here and sends it. We could have a bot where you write the name of the streamer that you want to have it sent to, and then I'm just, what am I even here for then? Like, wait, I just noticed Parks are in the corner. I don't think he's there. I think he might be seeing things. You need a new graphics card. You're the middleman. You could take 5%. To be clear, I would lose a substantial amount of money from this because I would be paying the fee for Twitch's bits, and like, also I only make a certain amount of the bit. Like I would be losing like $1 per every single one of these. This is a terrible idea. That's what makes it funny. No, I'm on board. I'm just letting you know this is not going to make me money. It will very much not do that.
Doug TTS rerouting service bug.
Oh, you know what'd be a funny... Okay, this is separate. You know what'd be a fun little channel point reward? Is that you just automatically start a raid to another channel. Oh, no, because then people would abuse it, and they would, like, try to promote themselves or whatever. But it is really funny to think you could channel point reward just send all the viewers somewhere and just be like, no! I don't want to go there. And like, I guess I could have like a I have a whitelist. I have a list of streamers. This is channel point reward that raids another streamer. That's so funny to, like, force people not to watch my channel. You can avoid having to skip messages by adding a cap to the queue. Yes. Yeah, I guess that is an interesting idea. Again, I'm not positive if that will work with the program I am using for this, but that is an interesting idea. Yeah. Just use a better program. This is pretty good. StreamerBot's quite good, I think. It just doesn't have, I don't know how much it might. I just don't know how much customizability it has around the queue system specifically.
Having fun with the bot?
Streamer.bot. Yes. Wait, is that you?
Channel point reward to rate point crows chat, but only point crow.
Oh, that is you. Hello, StreamerBot. Wait, is this you or did you make this? It
We're
seems legit.
effectively recreating
Yes,
the
I
Pony
enjoy
Express,
StreamerBot.
but with
I'm gonna start
Twitch
using
channels.
What I'm hoping to, maybe you happen to know this, what I'm hoping to do is,
We are nothing but a bad idea
get
machine. Doug.
information.
Glad we could help. Please send to Iron Mouse.
Yeah, send that to Iron Mouse. I just want to be able to tell an external program how many messages are in one of the queues. I suspect that is doable with this. I haven't looked at that yet. I imagine that's one of the variables. Anyways. All right. I am going to... We're recreating the Pony Express. Channel point to raid Point Crow's chat, but only Point Crow. Yes, Thor, Pirate Software has some good ideas for it. That's basically what I would do with the pause and unpause thing. I think having visual information about
You are my favorite
about
streamer.
the number
Please
of
send this
messages
to
in the queue
Pirate
would help a lot.
Software.
That is so funny. If you guys could just send a message to other channels using my account. It's doable for sure. Okay, perfect. Thank you, StreamerBot. So apparently this queue stuff is doable. I do have that information. So yeah, I'm gonna work on adding this stuff into my system where there is visuals about the queue. Once that's set up, I think it'd be fairly easy to change around how it works specifically, of whether it just caps or whether like it could automatically mute once the queue's too long.
Reference got me. Please have a gif of that ready if you're doing the point crow thing.
So we'll experiment with some things. In general, this sounds fun to me, and customizing the text-to-speech program sounds pretty enjoyable. So, and again, the core of it would be done with StreamerBot, where it is listening.
Channel point reward to set off raid machine
donations.
gun, where many random channels are selected and raids are sent to them non-stop for 5 minutes to stop people from returning.
Yeah, we can have a mass exodus that you
Special
can
stream
trigger.
where you temporarily hire viewers and they have to read out loud your TTS instead of automatically. They can sort to point crow if necessary. What about if it sent the TTS to a random streamer with 1 to 5 viewers? Just some random person get the TTS out of nowhere.
Maybe. These are all good ideas. We would have to see. Yeah, so basically the program I'm writing will receive the information from StreamerBot and then display it in whatever way. So that's how this will be done. But I'm going to be using StreamerBot to actually process the donation messages themselves from Twitch. Anyways, I think that is it. Thank you for watching this episode of Doug. This was a actually really enjoyable stream. I had a great time. Hope you enjoyed chilling and talking. Ah, Jabbo. Welcome.
Do you get to the
Doug
district very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Jabbo, I literally was mid-sentence turning off the stream. You know what? You know what, Jabbo? I don't want him. Take him back. Raid Jabbo. Okay? I'm issuing a refund. Okay, everybody get in the car, we're going to Jabbo's channel. My next stream will probably be on Thursday. I will see you all then. In the meantime, enjoy one of my favorite channels, genuinely wonderful, Jabbo, who does wonderful challenges. And man, I sure hope he gets back on stream and keeps streaming. Otherwise, this is gonna be really awkward. But everybody, get in the car. All right, we're going to Jabbo's house. Okay, bye. See you Thursday.